Computerized Start is brought to you by my awesome patrons on Patreon, and by your tips and memberships on Ko-fi. These and other channel supporters make my live streams possible. You too can become a channel supporter with tiers starting at just $1. And as always, thank you for all your support, including sharing, chatting, liking, and subscribing. Now roll that famous logo animation! Good evening and welcome back to Computerized Start Live. I am your host, Justin D. Morgan, and I have the manual camera controls beside me, and I'm not sure I got it focused yet. But anyways, we'll go to small me cam, and then you won't know if it's out of focus or not. But one thing that does matter is who is in the chat. We have Mac84 Steve. Hi, Steve. We have Jack68K. Hi, Jack. We have Thomas Armstrong. Hi, Thomas. We have Frank S. Hi, Frank. We have SadMac356. Hit it with a hammer. Hi, SadMac. No, I'm not going to hit this computer with a hammer. We have Jesse, I8386SX. Hi, Jesse. We have Brankus Creations. Hi, Bruce. We have Adam McGee. Hi, Adam. We have Gut Bomb. Hi, Jason. And I think that's everyone we have in the chat. All right. Well, I've got a coffee goal. Link of doodles in the description. April Apples is up. There we go. April Apples is coming to a close, but hey, there's still 5 days. 5 days in April for your April Apples content and get your April Apples merch. I mean, I won't close the April Apples merch like right away, but the coupon code's only good through the end of the month. That would be the code Apple Fools. Apple Fools will give you 7% off. All right. And now let's get to the segment called Hit It With a Hammer. I mean, Wheel of Regret. And we have a very special Wheel of Regret entry tonight, because I think the post office might have hit it with a hammer. And this is the entry on the wheel I am going to call We Care. Yes. Dear postal customer, we sincerely regret the damage to your mail during handling by the postal service. We hope this incident did not inconvenience you. Which I have to interject. I've been waiting for this package to move since it stopped moving 4 weeks ago. In fact, the seller's already sent a replacement because we both thought it was lost. We realize that your mail is important to you and that you have every right to expect it to be delivered in good condition. I mean, it looks like it got delivered in pretty flat condition to me. Blah, 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 blah. We accept your apologies. Sincerely, your postmaster. Yeah. Dave, yes, Dave. We care. This is like the most tone-deaf letter that I have seen. Of course, it's been a while since I got one of these. I think I could rewrite this. Dear postal customer, we sincerely regret that you have received your mail A, folded, B, spindled, C, mutilated, D, smashed, E, all of the above. Oh, I guess we could add a couple more letters like F, wet, G. I don't know. We realize this mail piece probably is arriving late as well. We try hard, but in the future we'll try harder. I don't know. I'm pretty bad at these apology letters too. Anyways, yes. Gutbomb says, don't tell us what it is. Let us try to identify it from the wreckage. All right. Jack asks, did it get run over by a mail truck? I don't see wheel marks, but quite possibly. All right, I will take it out of the bag so that at least you can see it without it being covered by the letter. Fortunately, they smashed it in a way that I can do this and still hide my address. Ah, well, apparently they wanted to make sure that... Alright, so, there you go. There's the mail piece. Now you all can guess what I ordered, and if anyone guesses it correctly, well... I'll catch up with the chat momentarily here. Alright. Jack says, it's especially believable in all caps. Yes. Yes. We care! Jesse says, they really do care. USPS took the time to hit that caps lock key. Well, Adam says, UPS delivered a Trinitron to me today and they didn't ruin it. It was a miracle. Thomas says, recycled mail. Well, this is like one step to recycling. Thomas guesses it was a floppy drive. No, it was not a floppy drive. Jack says 80 column card. No, it wasn't an 80 column card. Sad Mac asks, was that a power supply? No, it was not a power supply. Dave guesses sandwich. Thankfully, it was not a sandwich because it would be rotten and smashed. Jack says, I think we need something next to it for scale. Okay. Oh, I guess also you can have the 2E on Apple IIe for scale, but there you go. It's a 3D representation of a save icon. Frank's, it's a Trident card, right? The card did that to the package. No, it wasn't a Trident card. I don't think Trident made any cards that small. Jesse says, I'm guessing it came from China with that tape. Yes, Jesse is correct. It did come from China. Let's see here. Thomas Armstrong, I bet the bag was printed in China. Well, if it was, it's not marked, but it may very well have been printed in China. It doesn't have a printed in statement anywhere on it. Of course, I don't think the US requires that. Capum says it's pizza. No, it's not pizza, fortunately. Also, it's fortunately not your little pizza thing that's somewhere on my desk. Jesse asks, is it beer? Well, if it was beer, it would be on the floor of a mail truck. Jack says DVD. Nope, not a DVD. Dave's asking PCBWay. No, fortunately, it was not from PCBWay. Adam asks, is it chips for the 2 Plus? Adam is half correct. It is chips. However, I ordered this in March for Marcintosh. So no, it is not for the 2 Plus. I haven't actually ordered any chips for the 2 Plus yet. Jack is guessing DB25 model Buscazzi. No. Got bombs asking, is it IDC headers? No. As I said, it's chips. I'll let you all maybe now that I've told you it was ordered for Marcintosh. Sadback. Oh, is it chips for one of the Macs? Yes, it is chips for one of the Macs. Now, let's just see if anyone can... Nope, it's not a CPU. Oh, I should have probably given... Was it Frank partial credit? Okay. Frank gets partial credit. It's not a Trident card. But he was on the right track. Because I gave Adam half credit for Is It Chips. Frank was partial credit. So no, Jack, it's not a sound chip. Adam McG, sour cream and onion chips. Yum, that would be better than this Is it from UT Source? No. Remember, this is Wheel of Regrets. This actually did come from eBay. Quadra 700 something. You're getting close, Gut Bomb, but no, not the Quadra 700. Nope, not an FPU, Dave. Nope, not memory. Remember, Trident card got partial credit. VRAM. Nope, not VRAM. Adam's on the right track, but no, it's not VRAM. The Mac in question does not have dedicated VRAM. Oops, I might have given too much away. I might have given too much away there. Nope, not a cash card, Jack. Gut Bomb! Alright, Gut Bomb gets it. Oh, 2CI video thingy, since your video was borked. Yes. Yes. This is supposedly the RAM DAC. Alright. No, it's the RAM DAC for the 2CI. Gut Bomb got it. I'm not gonna yeah, I wasn't gonna make you all guess like the actual brand and model of the chip. Gut Bomb got it close enough. Specifically, it's the RAM DAC. Alright, so I'm going to very carefully open this. Oh, I'm pretty sure this flattenedness is probably all on the Postal Service. Well, there we go. Well, now I will set this to the side so that I can... There we go. Now, this is 2. Because I ordered 2 because I wasn't sure how legitimate they would be. And in fact, actually, if I can find a place to set the 2E to the side momentarily, we are going to play Wheel of Regrets Extended Edition, but I don't want to get acetone on the top of my 2E for probably obvious reasons, so... Alright, let me move the 2E to the side momentarily. That's a good place to set it. Alright. Now, as soon as I remember what I did with my bottle of acetone, I put it somewhere where I wouldn't knock it over and it potentially leak out. And it looks like I succeeded in probably putting it somewhere where I knocked it over and didn't even realize it's been knocked over for weeks, probably. Oh, there it is. No, actually, it was on top of my workbench. Alright, so I have a bottle of 100% acetone nail polish remover. Also a chip lie detector. Alright, I gotta catch up with chat because there's some good comments here. Adam McGee says, I have a battery bombed 2CI. I was about to throw it away. Ooh. Don't throw it away. I'm not sure these chips will fix the problem yet. Looks like the packaging did its job, Jack says. Yes, it did. Yeah, Gut Bomb said, oh, nice. PLCC, no legs to bend. Well, I mean, they could have still flattened the legs, but it would have been a lot harder. Jack says, if it came from Amazon, it would have come in a refrigerator box with a single 12 by 12 inch piece of brown packing paper. Yeah. And my postal carrier would have put it at the bottom of the stack of protein shakes and it would have crushed it. Adam says, I found 5 spare 2E lids in his parts pile last night. Nice. Um, uh, Gupum says, Amazon delivered some presents that were designated from Santa in a clear bag a couple days before Christmas. That's not cool. Thomas says one fake. Because, yeah, they're definitely not marked consistently, so something's up. Anyways, these are BT, or supposedly BT 478 KPJ80 chips. They are both supposedly from week 25. Oh, this one's week 25 and this one's week 19 of 1995. Which seems to be awfully late. All right. Jesse says her Amazon shipped batteries in an envelope. Yeah. Yeah, Jack, I ordered I ordered something from Amazon, although it was supposedly for my May subscribe and save, but they shipped it early and it was a box of labels and they just totally slapped the shipping label in the box of labels, and the worst part about it was the manufacturer didn't seal the box. So that box totally could have come open in shipping and dumped the entire contents out. All right, so the chip on the left, I don't see any paint transfer. So I don't think it's remarked. That might actually be a Brooktree chip. Or they've upped their remarking game. Also, the pins don't look like they've ever been soldered. Adam says, Amazon shipped me 25 anti-static bags in a larger anti-static bag. Well, I guess they wanted to make sure your anti-static bags weren't going to get zapped by static. Jesse says, I'm glad local stores around me have Rayovac products on sale almost all the time. Yeah. Well, I actually noticed something. That Q-tip seems like, okay, maybe it's just wet Q-tip, but I think the chip on the right transferred some paint. The one on the left didn't really, but the one on the right, hard to see on camera, but that looks like I had a little bit of a transfer. So, I think I'm going to have to put a question mark on that chip, because I think that one might have transferred something. Now, hopefully I'll remember that. Actually, maybe what I should do is maybe that and there. I'll definitely see that. So when I do get to the 2CI, I mean, of course, this one kind of looks like it did something too. I don't know. Wipe it on your silicon mat to see if it comes off the Q-tip. Ah. No. Well, I might have let it dry too much. Yeah, no, Jack. That's exactly what I'm thinking. There's actually a circular area on both. Although this one I think had... This one definitely kind of looks like paint came off of it. This one... Wait. Oh, hold on. All right. All done. At this point, I could just slap it on the board and see if it works. Well, we might just do that if we get done with the 2E early. I might just have to do that. All right, this is the first chip. I'm going to do the side. And then promptly drop the chip. I don't know. There definitely seems to be something about this one on the right where it kind of looks too good. Yeah, Gupom says he's betting the real. All right, well, if we get done with the 2E early, then maybe we'll see if I can get one of these on the 2CI and see what it does. I'll try this one that had less of a transfer. But yeah, they might be real. For all I know, what transferred off the Q-tip was just maybe some, I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with how they were stored. Now, of course, the thing is, I may have totally guessed wrong on the cause of the problem on the 2CI. So if I do replace one and it does the same thing, then I'm probably not going to put the other one on, because that probably means the problem's not the RAM deck. At that point, it could be the RBV chip. And at that point, my 2CI board's probably, well, beyond what I could do to it. All right, so we have the 2E. So what do I have for this 2E? So I do have a couple things I need to do. First of all, do I have any working 2CIs? No, I don't have any completely working 2CIs. It's like the 2CI and the Mac and the LC are like two elusive ones. I mean, I have an LC that's working, but it took super bodges to get it working, and it means there's a component sticking up into the space for the PDS card, so it's kind of like it works, but I can't put any PDS cards in it. Because I don't think I'd be able to successfully redo the bodge to get the transistor not in the way. I'm not missing much with not having a working LC, except for the fact the LC was the first Mac I ever used. Except for the sentimental value, yep. Which is why I keep trying to get an LC to completely work. All right, so this 2E, I got a couple things I need to do to it. First of all, I have a ribbon cable from Joe, so I can hopefully move the VGA out to where I want to move it to. Jesse says, I gave away 3 2CI systems before this hobby was cool. Well, if it says anything, I had a 2FX motherboard once, or logic board once, and, well, it had leaky cap problems, and, well, long before I ever knew you could repair it, I scrapped it. All I had was the logic board. Of course, if I knew then what I know now, I would have kept it, because it was maybe savable. I don't remember if there was any evidence of battery damage, but this was like 20 years ago. I didn't know then. They also weren't as rare then, although they were kind of hard to come by, but... Oh, and by the way, before anyone like gets super mad at that thing I did 20 years ago, all I had was the 2FX logic board. I didn't have any RAM for it. I didn't have case for it. I didn't have anything for it except the logic board. And like 20 years ago, I think all the caps were leaking on it that were electrolytic. And I think actually, now that I think about it, because didn't Apple use tantalums on the 2FX? Maybe it was battery leak. Like 20 years ago, I think the battery had leaked. And if there were electrolytics, I think they had leaked too. I didn't think it was repairable. That was 20 years ago. Oh well. Yeah, Sadmax says, and it was 20 years ago when you probably couldn't give them away. Yeah, I remember that. I think I paid like a dirt cheap amount for it, and I didn't. Well, and I bought it to put in a display case, but then I noticed it had all that leak damage on it. And I was like, well, that doesn't look nice. I can't put that in my display case, and I tossed it because it was like yeah, they were obtainable, but this one was in bad shape, and then I gave up on the idea of altogether. All right, so I'm going to fix where the VGA cable comes out of this case. So Joe sent me a longer ribbon cable. Adam says, I have a 2FX that had no batteries in it. It just worked when I added some. Yeah, it might have been battery leak damage. Okay. Jack says, I think there were multiple versions of the 2FX board, some with SMD electrolytics that had both sets of pads. All right. I think the one I had electrolytic caps on it. And I think it had signs that the battery had leaked too. Because I remember there was that when I first got it, I remembered it kind of looked okay. But then when I really looked at it, I'm like, this board looks gross. It's like leaking everywhere. Oh, hi, Francois. Yeah, I think I had one that was like, it was leaking. It looked gross. All right, so we'll fix the video cable. The second thing I have is I have a RAM 2E card from Garrett's Workshop to replace this power hog of a memory upgrade board, because why settle for 1 megabyte when you can have 8 megabytes? And it's static RAM, it'll probably draw less power. And then, of course, why you all probably came, I guess, we'll try to have some fun with this Microsoft SoftCard, the Z-80 SoftCard, because, well, that's what Microsoft called it. I do see we appear to have one spicy cap on the board, so I will definitely have to check to make sure that's not shorted. We have lots of ICs on here, but there we go. There's the Z80A processor. Yep. The Microsoft SoftCard. So I definitely want to move where the VGA port is, because this needs to go in slot 4. I think that's what I determined from the interwebs. And the video VGA port is physically in the way. So let's go ahead and fix that. As a summary for the other cards that are in this 2E, in case you're wondering, I have my Alpha Bits serial card in slot 1. And then this is the A2 Vidya here in slot 3, which I think to help me get the cable on, I'll just go and pull it out. So there we go. It's the A2 Vidya from jcm-1.com. All right, so we will put the cable there, and then cable there. I think the white dot indicates where the red stripe needs to go. There we go. Yep, Adam says needs to go in slot 3. Yep, I agree. There we go. So Joe when he sent me the evaluation sample, he sent me a short cable because that's what he had. But if you buy these from jcm-1.com, you will get the longer cable. So thank you, Joe, for sending me the production cable so that I could fix the placement of my VGA port. All right, there we go. So that back in slot 3, because I actually want to put the VGA port. Yeah, because I was thinking of actually putting it here above the power supply. All right. For no other reason than just to kind of keep it nice and neat and tidy. I think this is where I think I got the idea to put it here on Joe's product page. I think he Adam's asking why people are using the adapter instead of using one of the DB9 openings. And the reason I decided to use the adapter is because the DB9 openings are actually wider than the DB9 port, so it leaves a gap. Because I think for the Apple cards, I don't have a super serial card handy. Apple actually put a metal plate behind the port to cover the gap. So I didn't want to use the DB9 opening because it would leave a gap. So that's why I put it here instead. Other people might have other opinions, but that's why I decided to use the plate that Joe sent me. Although it is a little wobbly. Why does my audio suddenly decide to be crackly? Well, probably because I need to like do what I just did. I'm assuming it deactivated. Can't figure out what it's linked to other than the fact that there's software involved. Mac, I thought that was just my headphones. Is it still crackly? I'm looking to see if there's like, no, I don't see any mystery audio sources. Just a little bit. Adam says, I made my own VGA cable that uses an IDC connector directly and covered the gap. Ah, well, I may have to look into that solution. That could be a good one. Okay, I have a question. Something just kicked off in my basement. Did the static just go away just now? Static, go away. Up. And I got a warning from YouTube. Did I just lose audio? Did static go away? Did I lose audio? Or both? Crackling is still there. Okay. Crackling reminds me of the sound you get if you have word clock sync issues between digital audio equipment. Static is still there whenever you talk. Okay. It's there when I talk. Okay. One moment. Oh, hold on. Wrong place. Filters. Okay, did that happen to fix it? I just turned off the expander in my filter settings. Is there USB involved in the audio setup? Yes, there is. Let me know if that fixed it. All right, I'm going to turn the expander back on. And I'm going to turn off the compressor. Did turning off the compressor fix it? So I'll say a little bit more, and then I'm going to turn the compressor back on. Is the audio interface USB powered? Yes, it is, with no option for external power. All right, I'm turning off the limiter, which means I just won't be able to scream. Did turning off the limiter fix it? Because now what I'm going to do is I just turned off all of my filters. So did turning off all the filters fix it? And if that's not it, then it's probably my USB microphone, and I ordered an XLR mic and cable today. It can't come in fast enough. So, no, it didn't fix it. Okay. Usually goes away when you reboot your camera. Well, actually, for some reason, Adam says, I bought another 2E on eBay from Goodwill, 13 plus shipping. I'm trying to reboot my camera, but every time I click deactivate, it's not actually deactivating. Unplug the mic and plug it back in. Okay, I will try this, but I may have trouble getting it to redetect.